Welcome to Unit 2, Psychological Models of Abnormality, Session 17, Cognitive Behavioral Model of Abnormality. Learning objectives to understand the cognitive behavioral model of abnormality. Secondly, to understand the attribution theory. Session outcomes knowledge or comprehension of the cognitive behavioral model of abnormality, knowledge of the attribution theory. Now, let's start our discussion about cognitive behavioral model of abnormality. Since 1950s, psychologists have emphasized that cognitive processes will have a lasting impact on behavior. They all were of the opinion that cognitive processes like basic mental processes such as attention, memory, as well as higher mental processes such as reasoning, thinking, decision making, etc., do have a lasting impact on one's behavior. Next slide. Albert Bandura is one of the earliest cognitive behavioral psychologists who said that cognitive aspects do play an important role in learning. He was of the opinion that not always we are influenced by external reinforcement. Most of the times, it is internal reinforcement that will drive our behavior. We prepare ourselves for difficult situations by visualizing what might happen. If at all there is some difficult thing that is going to happen, we tend to visualize or imagine what might happen and what we ought to do. Next slide. Albert Bandura also suggested that internal reinforcements play much crucial role than that of external reinforcement. He also went to the extent of saying about human beings have the capacity for self direction. Albert Bandura speaks about self efficacy, wherein we have the ability to decide our direction or decide the goal. Next, let's move on to the attribution theory. Attribution theory is one of the important and most influential theory in the field of cognitive behavioral psychology. Attribution theory mainly emphasizes about attribution. Attribution is nothing but assigning causes to whatever happens or assigning causes to the events that take place. When we are assigning causes, we might assign causes either to internal factors such as our intelligence, our ability, our personality traits, etc., or we might attribute causes to external factors such as other people or the external environment, etc. Next slide. To continue with the attribution theory, causal attribution helps us to explain the way we behave or the way others behave and the cause for our behavior as well as the cause for others behavior. When we are able to understand the causes, we can predict the way we are going to behave or the way in which others are going to react in a particular or in a given situation. For example, if a student fails in an exam, he might attribute his failure either to his lack of ability, which is an internal attribution, or he might attribute it to other factors outside him, such as ambiguous question paper or lack of time. Such attributions are also possible. To summarize, in this session, we have discussed about cognitive behavioral model of abnormality wherein we we try to understand that cognitive processes will have a lasting impact on our behavior. Albert Bandura emphasized self efficacy and the capacity for self direction. He also stated that internal reinforcements do play an important role. We also try to understand the attribution theory, which is the way in which we assign causes to whatever happens. And attribution style. Attribution style is a characteristic way in which we attribute causes, the typical way in which we attribute causes either to internal factors or external factors. And attributions are made for both kinds of events, for good events also, for bad events also. So, to conclude, attribution styles will definitely have a lasting impact on one's behavior. Thank you.